It began with a sound that didn't belong on Maple Ridge Drive. A deep mechanical growl rolled through the quiet suburban afternoon, heavy and commanding. Motorcycles. Four bikes entered the street slowly, chrome flashing beneath the sun, black leather jackets marked with the emblem of the Iron Ravens Motorcycle Club. Their shadows stretched across driveways and trimmed lawns like moving giants. Curtains shifted. Front doors quietly closed. Parents pulled children indoors. The air itself seemed to hold its breath. Then, cutting through the rumble of engines, came a voice. Small. Fragile. "Sir, please, will you buy my bike?" The riders eased their throttles. "If you believe in kindness, in second chances, in standing up when the world turns away, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Dramaway." Stories like this one remind us that compassion can still change everything. At the edge of the sidewalk stood a little girl, no older than 6. Her blonde curls were tangled, her pale blue dress clean but faded. Her sneakers were worn thin at the soles. Beside her stood a tiny pink bicycle with a white basket. In her trembling hands, she held a piece of cardboard with shaky letters written in marker. "For sale." One of the bikers cut his engine and stepped down. The others followed. Heavy boots touched pavement. The man who approached her first was called Caleb Hawk Turner. To most people, he looked intimidating, tattoos climbing his arms, beard streaked with silver, leather vest pulled tight across broad shoulders. But when he knelt in front of the child, his voice softened. "What's your name, sweetheart?" She swallowed. "Lena." Her eyes held something that shouldn't live inside a child. Worry. Behind her, beneath a large oak tree, a woman sat slumped against the trunk, wrapped in a thin blanket. Her skin was pale, her body weak, her breathing shallow. Caleb noticed immediately. Lena clutched her sign tighter. "My mommy hasn't eaten in 2 days," she whispered. "I want to sell my bike so she can get food." Something broke quietly inside Caleb. His brothers, Brick, Jax, and Rowan, stood behind him, watching. They saw his jaw tighten. They knew that look. Caleb had buried a son years ago. He'd lost a marriage. He'd stopped believing the world cared about good people. Until this moment. He gently asked Lena what had happened. Her words came in small pieces. Her mother, Maribel, had worked for a catering company owned by a respected businessman named Grant Whitmore. Everyone in town praised Whitmore. He smiled for newspapers. Sponsored charity events. Gave speeches about opportunity. But when business slowed, Maribel was fired without warning. She begged him for a few more weeks. He told her she was replaceable. After that, things fell apart. No paycheck. No savings. Electricity shut off. Food gone. Maribel grew weak. Too ashamed to ask for help. So Lena took her only toy. Her bike. And walked door to door. Caleb felt rage rise in his chest, not violent rage. Moral rage. The kind that comes when innocence is crushed by comfort. He reached into his vest, pulled out his wallet, and placed several folded bills into Lena's hand. Her fingers shook. "Keep the bike," he said quietly. "This is just help." Lena looked confused. "But..." Caleb shook his head. "Your job is to take care of your mom." Then he stood. The Iron Ravens mounted their bikes. But they didn't leave town. They went straight to Whitmore Corporate Services. A glass tower gleaming in the late afternoon sun. Inside, the receptionist froze as 4 bikers walked across marble floors. Caleb didn't raise his voice. Didn't threaten. He placed Lena's cardboard sign on Grant Whitmore's pristine desk. "That," Caleb said calmly, "is what your decisions created." Whitmore tried to explain. Talked about margins. Downsizing. Business realities. Caleb leaned forward. "There's a woman starving under a tree because of you. And a 6-year-old selling her childhood." The room fell silent. Caleb didn't hit him. Didn't shout. He simply added. "You can't buy redemption. But you can choose responsibility." By evening, something unexpected happened. Whitmore anonymously paid hospital bills for struggling families. Delivered groceries across 3 neighborhoods. Rehired workers he'd dismissed. Set up emergency support funds. No press release. No cameras. Just quiet action. Later that night, the bikers returned to Maple Ridge Drive. Lena ran toward them, smiling. Her mother stood now, still weak, but alive with hope. Caleb nodded respectfully. "You don't owe us," he said. "Just promise you won't quit on life." They shared bread under the oak tree. Engines cooled nearby. The sunset reflected off chrome and grass. Lena sat holding her folded sign, her bike beside her. For one moment, the world felt softer. Kinder. And 4 rough-looking men rode away knowing that sometimes heroes don't wear suits. They wear leather. Please take a second to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Dramaway. Every click helps stories of real kindness reach those who need hope the most. And before we end, tell us in the comments below what would you have done if you were in Ryder's place. Because sometimes all it takes is one act of courage to make the whole world believe in kindness again.